2 months ago, I had made this video on Animal. My plan at the time was to make more videos about Animal and talk more about Sandeep Reddy Vanga as a director. But I did not want the new audience who was coming to my channel think that now that my video is blowing up, I'm trying to milk this one film. I do it for the views, but that's not the entire reason I do it. I do it out of genuine love for films. Another reason I did not make another video on Animal back then was considering how heated and polarizing the entire discussion surrounding Animal was. People either hated Vanga with all their hearts and could not bear to see anyone praise Vanga at all, or they worshipped Sandeep Reddy Vanga to the point where anyone even criticized any aspect of his film, they were sent personal attacks their way. Anyway, Sandeep Reddy Vanga is the Indian Quentin Tarantino.
You serious?
No, I'm not saying that. It's something that I have seen a lot of people say on the internet and in the comment section of my Animal video. I do not agree with this statement at all. And in this video, I will be discussing two aspects of Quentin Tarantino's filmmaking, which people constantly bring up while discussing Sandeep Reddy Vanga.
Pigs are filthy animals. I don't eat filthy animals.
Yeah, but bacon tastes good. Pork chops taste good.
Hey, sword rat may taste like pumpkin pie, but I'd never know because I wouldn't eat the filthy motherfucker.
In my discussion of Animal, I brought up how there was an entire scene of Ranvijay talking about his pubes. And I said that there were more scenes like that which could have been edited out of the film. In response to that, some people said to me that there are random ass conversations in Quentin Tarantino movies. How come you don't have a problem with that? I'll tell you why. Because when you hear a conversation in a Quentin Tarantino film, it's an interesting and entertaining one. Hearing two guys talk about whether dog is a filthy animal like a pig or not is much more engaging and entertaining than watching Ranbir Kapoor tell his house help to not shave his pubes. Moreover, what makes the conversations in Quentin Tarantino films entertaining is the context surrounding that conversation. Let me explain. In the opening scene of Reservoir Dogs, the characters are sitting in a diner and talking about Madonna's song Like a Virgin. Then the conversation goes on to why a character does not tip. And as the film continues, we find out that these guys are going to pull off a robbery and are casually sitting around and talking about random things, which gives us a glimpse into the psyche of these characters, and we understand how desensitized these people are to a life of crime. Same thing happens in the opening scene of Pulp Fiction. The two guys are actually going to murder a bunch of young men, and what are they talking about? France, cheeseburgers, and foot massage. The conversation about the dog and the pig takes place towards the end of Pulp Fiction. Now, it's a very interesting dialogue, one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino dialogues ever.
Pig sleep and root and shit. That's a filthy animal. I ain't eat nothing, ain't got sense enough to disregard its own feces.
How about a dog? Dog eats his own feces.
I don't eat dog either.
Yeah, but do you consider a dog to be a filthy animal?
What adds to the fun of that scene is the fact that mere 20 minutes ago, both of these guys were covered in the blood and brains of one of their associates whom they shot by accident. And now there is not even an acknowledgement of how they shot one of the guys or how they disposed his body in a car junkyard. The context surrounding this conversation is what enhances these characters and in turn the scene. In the opening scene of Inglorious Bastards, once it is revealed that Sushana's family is actually under the floorboards of the house, every line of dialogue after that is a build-up. Each line of dialogue from that point builds up tension. And when we see Landa confirming that he knows about the Jews hiding in the house, the scene is elevated. Similarly, the pub scene later on in Inglourious Bastards is another brilliant example of sheer tension build-up that ends with a violent outburst. While Vanga's random conversations can be entertaining in a film like Kabir Singh, because that film is about one guy's downward spiral, they are less impactful in Animal because there is supposed to be a lot more going on in Animal.
आज के बाद एक खरोच भी आई दुनिया चला दूंगा बाबा.
I have said this before and I will say it again. Had violence not been made the central point of discussion around Animal during its marketing campaign, I would have been very satisfied with the amount of bloodshed shown in the film. But considering the fact that that's not the case, and people constantly bring up Quentin Tarantino, it breaks my heart. Because here is a scene from Django Unchained. Just see how people's body parts explode when they are shot at from a revolver. Just notice the amount of blood flying around in this scene. And then you come to Animal. Ranvijay has brought out this big ass machine gun. And what happens to the people Ranvijay fires the gun at? They go flying backwards. That's not what you're supposed to show when you promise violence. When you see a character bringing out this big ass machine gun, you're supposed to show that people are exploding. Their hands and their body parts are exploding and going in 100 different directions. There is a bloodbath everywhere. I'm not saying that Vanga shouldn't show the action in his film the way he wants to show. I'm just saying that don't make violence the selling point of your film. And to the audience, don't bring up Quentin Tarantino, because now I have shown you what violence in a Quentin Tarantino film looks like and how much more effective it is than the violence shown in the first half of Animal. Please do not compare it with Tarantino's violence. Thank you so much.
पापा पापा पापा
तू मादरचोद हिट होना चाहता है माँ चुदाना